Good evening, my lovelies, and the warmest of welcomes to Thursday Night Live, coming here from Windy Bum in the Peak District National Park, and with me, your pal Boaty, who's coming live direct into your ears and your eyes. This is both an aural and a visual experience, I will have you know, and it's just lovely to be here with you. It really is. And hello, good evening, and buttocks to all of you. So let's see who we've got with us. And Jimmy, bless you. Jimmy has gone walloped straight in with a nice £3, which is, as always, Jimmy. Thank you very much. It's your support is so welcome. Matt is here and asks how everyone is, because he's a nice kind of chap, and he's genuinely interested. He's not just asking that as a rhetorical question. He would genuinely tricky chaps, multi-syllable words. He would genuinely like to know because he cares. Jimmy's here, of course. Simon is with us. Trace is here. Simone is here. Oh, this is marvellous. All of the usual crew. And Trace says, says a bit of a bad word. I'm jolly. She didn't say jolly. I'm jolly tired tonight, says Tracy. I've been pottering my old man senseless all day. But no early bed for me when there's a 3K party to be had. Yes, I think there's going to be a little mention or two of the old 3K. That's people saying hello to each other. Jimmy Quinn says Boaty is catching mustard, and yeah, I am. It's not going to be all that long before I go for the old big overtaking manoeuvre. Ivor Spotty Botty has joined us from the land down under, where women blow and men chunder or thunder, or they do something that rhymes with under, and they do it very well, as only our Antipodean friends truly can. And Ivor mentions that it's a soggy Easter Friday morning in Melbourne. And I'm really glad you're with us, Ivor, because a couple of people were asking last night, I think it was, if you were okay, because you weren't with us. And I explained that there was now an hour's time difference, so the live stream may not correspond so well with your smoko. But let us know that you're okay. Let us know that, within reason, everything is okay-ish. Obviously, it's a difficult situation, as we know. But I thought you might like to know that your friends are all thinking of you, and when you're not able to pop in, you are missed and your absence is noticed. Lots of celebration stuff there from Trace, which is lovely. Evening all, says General Cheeseburger, who has also graced us with his magisterial presence. I'm on the 2300, and I happen to know that's 11 o'clock. I'm on the 2300 from Birmingham New Street to Worcester Shrub Hill, stopping at Bromsgrove. I've been at a corporate do at the Dart and I'm leathered. Excellent. Birmingham New Street to Worcester Shrub Hill. Trying to figure that out. So that would go out on the Barnt Green line, I guess, past Five Ways and Smelly Oak, and then at Barnt Green, I think I'm right in saying that it would fork off to the right on the Worcester branch line, whereas straight ahead is, God, I used to know all of these stations because I used to get the train from Redditch to Birmingham all the time. See how many I can remember. Okay, so you got Redditch, Barnt Green, and now I'm struggling. Longbridge, Five Ways, Smelly Oak, and I can't remember anymore. But there we are. I don't know how that game works, so I can't comment on it. On the train until 23:20 and home at 23:40, says Cheeseburger. No audio until then for me. So, what are you doing? Just reading the comments? Or are you trying to lip read me? Shall I fuck you up and put my hand over my mouth? Or do you get subtitles or subtitles? I quite like the idea of you sitting absolutely drunk as a skunk on a train heading towards Worcester Shrub Hill with subtitles. Oh, you can't beat a just before midnight subtitle, can you? In fact, I think subtitles are my favourite type of tittles. Ivor Spotty Botty's not too bad, so that's jolly good. Liz is here, how lovely. Oh, and Trace has kindly said that we'll save the best chat for Cheeseburger. So nobody say anything good, worthwhile, amusing, witty or urbane until at least 23:40. And then say it quickly, because I'm sodding off at midnight. I've got, honest to God, my loves, so busy lately, so much stuff happening, that my poor cottage is desperately in need of my OCD attentions. Things are slipping here at Windy Bum, and I won't have it. I'm actually thinking that I might just have this weekend off and just do sod all until Monday. I mean, it seems deliciously naughty. And when I say sod all, I don't mean sod all. I'll be jolly busy. I just won't be doing videos or live streams or such like. And that's kind of the plan, but you know me, we'll see how that goes. And I've still got Monday's lunch video knocking about that I might as well bang up at some point. Needs to go up before Monday, otherwise otherwise lunches will be getting all sorts of cross-wired. Oh, and speaking about Mondays, have you watched tonight's episode 2 of the doings of Mustard and Boaty? And if you have, what did you think? Oh, the tapping injectors are back on Matt's Streetwise. Has he got a name, Matt? I forget if your car has a name. Pingu is with us. Big up the Boaty 3K buttocks. Yeah. For those who haven't noticed, my humble little, rather pants channel managed to stumble over the 3,000 subscriber mark this evening. Thanks in no small part, obviously to all of you, but thanks in no small part to last night's live stream, because unbeknown to me, obviously if you were with us last night, you will know that Chef Ram joined us. What I didn't know until I got to the restaurant tonight was that Chef Ram had gathered together, from what I can gather, the entire Nepali population of Nottingham, which is not insignificant, let me tell you. And he plied them with drink at his abode, and he made them all sit and watch the live stream. And he made them all subscribe. So, and my Freelander video has been doing rather well in terms of bringing subscriptions as well. But mostly thanks to Ram and his efforts with the Nepali population of Nottingham last night. I picked up, oh gosh, how many? About 70 subs in 24 hours. So unexpectedly, I teetered over the 3K mark at some point earlier today. I wasn't expecting that to happen until probably towards the middle or back end of next week. But I've done it, and we've done it, and I'm a little bit chuffed. And I must say a massive thank you to all of you who gave it a little shout out on Facebook or banging it down in the comments here. So yeah, thank you very much. It only seems like last year when I was struggling to make it to 200. Mike is with us, Classic Wheels Ways and Classic. Fucking hell, one of these days I'm going to get his channel name out first time. Classic Wheels Wales. Anyway, Mike's here and that's lovely. Liz says, glad to see you back, Ivor Spotty Botty, and I think we all echo those sentiments. Happy Easter to all, says Chaz Brown, who is also with us. Oh, bless you. Trace has bunged £3 for 3K, and congratulations with a nice big heart. Thank you, Trace. Thank you for being part of it all. Thank you for being here tonight. My early comments always vanish. Must be Skynet, says Matt. I don't know how that works. I've noticed that. Do you know what it might be? I wonder if I'm missing comments as well. Because I don't know if yours is the same, but my live chat defaults to top messages, where it shows you whatever messages it wants to show you. And I'm going to change that now by hitting the little thing. Yeah, top messages shows most messages with potential spam removed. And I think, Matt, much as we love you, you qualify as potential spam. So if you change that to all messages, which I have just done, then perhaps those missing messages will show up. Good evening all, says Bad Books. Simon says, of course I'm here. When I'm not here is the only time I'm not here. That makes sense. Do I need a new TV when you're at 4K, says Matt. You don't need a TV at all, Matt. Life is possible without a television. I've managed without one now for, what, 8 years? Oh, right, yes. Ivor says, thanks, Liz. Daylight savings finished last weekend, and I've missed all of the live since then. But it's a public holiday here in Australia. And Cheeseburger weighs in. Nice to see you, Ivor. Mickey Jeffries says, congrats on 3K. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you very much. Simon says, 3,000 subs. I mean, what is the world coming to? Certainly seems to be the end of days. Yeah, well, it hasn't been without effort, thought, and some chicanery. I'll talk about that, actually. Oh, the train is approaching university. I forgot about university. That's another one. Thanks, Boaty, and thanks, everyone, for your concern for little old me, says Spotty Botty. Much appreciated. 3,000 subs, says Cheeseburger. They all want locking up. No argument there, mate. Oh, God, no, not train talk already. I love train talk. I love train talk. Think yourself lucky I haven't got a model railway yet. Oh, down the Licky Incline to Bromsgrove, says Mickey Jeffries. Quite correct. And the Licky Incline is the steepest mainland railway section in the United Kingdom, and it is 1 in 37. I've known that fact since I was a very young boy. And the reason I know that fact is because I was camping with my mother in where were we? Either possibly Butlins at Minehead or possibly Breen Down or Burnham. And I had a second-hand book called, God, what was it called? The Little Soldier's Book of Facts or something like that. And I was reading it by torchlight in the tent. And one of the facts that we little soldiers were told was that the steepest mainland railway was the Licky Incline, and it was 1 in 37. And I've never, ever forgotten it. That's an interesting feature. Well, semi-interesting. What random fact did you learn quite early in your life and you've never forgotten it? I'd genuinely be interested to hear that. Glad to be here, says Spotty Botty, talking back to Cheeseburger. That's the one, says Cheeseburger, and on a diesel train tonight. I was born in Bromsgrove, says Mickey Jeffries. Yeah, I think back in the day, they used to have to put a double header on to get up the Lickey incline. Pretty sure about that. No, I haven't, Boaty, says Simone. Haven't what? What did I ask? I forgot. I obviously asked a question and I've forgotten what it was. What did I ask Simone? Somebody help me out. Anyway, she hasn't. So there we are. And that's good to know. Thank you, Simone. I think I speak for the entire community when I say that we're grateful to you for that bit of information. I'm still considering naming the streetwise Hope. As that is what it runs on. I think that's quite a good name for a rover. Hope. Live in hope, die in despair. Congrats, Boaster, says congrats, Boatster, says Simone. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? I'm not even drunk and I can't get a word out. Dear me. 3,000 subs, eh? Crikey, that's a large number. Congrats to Boaty. Thank you so much. The second episode of the Doings of Mustard and Boaty was brilliant and so funny, says Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Chef Ram cooking with lamb. All lamb recipes. Right. Doings 2 was good, says Simon. Paul is good at comic editing. I think Boaty is better when not concentrating on filming. And Ivor says, congrats on the 3K subs, Boaty. Thank you. 200 is the dream for Simon. You'll get there, mate. I'll talk about the subs thing because, oh God, it all started so slowly for me. What I decided to do to crack on with the subs, and I don't know if I've done the right thing or the wrong thing. If you look at the vast majority of YouTube channels, right, they do what they do. They've got their bit of shtick, and that's what they do. So, Mustard, you've got, he does his thing in the yard with the cars. He does his comic bits, and that's what he does. Who else have we got? Pretty much all of, and I'm not knocking this, by the way. In fact, I think it's probably the right thing to do, and I've probably gone the wrong way, although possibly for the right reasons. But yeah, you look at the vast majority of channels, they've got a theme, and that's what they go with. So they build a loyal audience because people know they enjoy the one video and they're going to get something very similar in the next video. Now, I decided to be different. That was why I rebranded the channel, which was also on the advice of you guys. And I decided that I'd throw all sorts in there. So, there's food bits, there's cooking bits, there's incredible stupidity with Boaty's bogs and Boaty's bridges. There's poetry when pissed, there's some car stuff, there's some ranting. I just decided to throw all sorts of things into the mix because I haven't really got one thing that I can concentrate on because I haven't got a definite thing like Paul has got the yard, or other people have a collection of cars, or they're like Simon, they might be quite adept at the old mechanics, and same goes for Jim Biscuits, and they can have a constant theme. I haven't really got that. So I decided to throw all sorts in there. And then after I got monetized, then I started looking at what I was looking at. And there are certain music videos and other films and bits that I habitually watch on YouTube. I'll watch them over and over again. And I was looking at the figures that these videos are getting, and there'll be small channels with like 100, 200, 300 subs. But they'll have this so they're not monetized, but they'll have this video up that's got 1 million views, or 2 million views, or 3 million views, because it's something that a lot of people want to watch. And I thought, well, I'm missing a trick here, aren't I? Surely I should have some of these videos up. I'm a bigger channel now than they are. I can just use the same video under my brand, market it a bit better, and over the years, over a 4 to 5 year period, it'll pick up 1 million views, the same as it has for them, or 2 million views. The difference being I'm getting paid for them. So I thought, yeah, that's got to be sensible. So I started banging up some videos, some music videos, and obviously I've done some comedy videos, the Robbie Coltrane stuff that's difficult to find on YouTube. I'm putting the complete 3 series of Chance in a Million up there. Now, in a way, this works quite well. You know, those videos, not all of them, but some of those videos have already got well over 1,000 views, and they've earned money, and they've brought in a shed load of subscribers. They really have. They've done incredibly well for me for subscribers. So you think, well, you know, why would you not do that? What's to lose? You're getting money out of it. You're getting subscribers out of it. You're getting views out of it. So on that basis, I think that it's a positive thing, that it's certainly a big part of the reason why my sub numbers have been rocketing. But the other side of the coin, is, and this is the question, does it weaken the channel as an overall thing? Now, I don't think that it does so much with me, because the channel is a bit of a melting pot of all sorts. But maybe it does a bit. But where it does show is in viewer numbers, because, and I've talked about this with Mustard quite a lot. Mustard, all of his subscribers, they have subscribed to his videos because they like his videos. And they know that the next video coming along will be the same thing that they like, that they enjoy, and of course they'll watch it. So Mustard puts a video up and boom, it gets 1,000 views. I've got people that have come from different videos and they're not interested in the other videos. So if they've come because they enjoy Chance in a Million, and I put a car video up reviewing a Freelander or whatever it is, they're not going to watch it because they're not interested. And if I put a food video up or a cooking video up, they won't watch it because they're not interested. They're certainly not going to watch one of these live streams. And the same is true. I've got pockets and pockets and pockets of subscribers, and they don't watch across all the videos. So even though I've got quite a healthy number of subs, I'll still put videos out, and they won't do so. And they won't do so well with the viewer numbers. And that's the reason behind it. Now, I think in the long term, there will be some crossover, or people will just be attracted to the channel as a whole, because, you know, there's a bit of something for everything. Hopefully, it will all begin to shake down. Or maybe as we go on, maybe I'll find an actual theme of the bits that work best, or the bits that I enjoy doing the most, and I'll just concentrate on those, and won't keep throwing all of the rest of the stuff in. But there we are. I just thought I'd throw that into the mix, and yeah, just let you know the thinking behind it. I mean, in a sense, the subscriber numbers, once you get over 1,000, it's a vanity thing anyway. The numbers are kind of meaningless. but that would be saying that vanity is meaningless, and you know, you do get chuffed when you hit a milestone. You do get chuffed, and even if people aren't watching across all of the videos, then you know, this is supposed to be kind of a business at the end of the day. And if people are watching videos, even if they're not watching the rest, like one of the Chance in a Million videos has got like 1,500 views at the moment, and it's not been up that long, and it's got good advertising revenue on it. So does it really matter if they don't watch any other videos on my channel other than the Chance in a Millions? Because that's views and revenue and footfall that I wouldn't have got otherwise. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I'm doing it right, or do you think I'm making a massive mistake? Let's catch up with you guys. Great video on the Freelander, says Ivor. Oh, very professionally presented. Thank you very much. Plus bonus dogging site info. Yeah, I wondered if anybody would pick up on that. So I did throw it in very casually, and it is true. It is it is a well-known premium dogging location, apparently. I mean, I've never been, obviously, but you know, when it's just up the road from where you live, you kind of know these things. But yeah, as I said last night, I was cautiously pleased with the Freelander. For that type of video, which I should start doing more, I thought it was okay, but there's a lot of room for improvement there. Yeah, I can see that when I watch it back. But yeah, I was pleased with it. I always choose live chat because top messages means I miss things and I hate missing out. And then FOMO. And I've forgotten what that means. No, I can't remember. Well, live chat isn't the thing that you choose. Live chat brings up the live chat, but then there's a sub thing which goes between top messages and all messages, or whatever it was called. I've forgotten now. Stephen S. Paul is with us, and that's a joy. On my live stream, says Simon, I never see the hidden comments, even when my unpaid moderator unhides them. Oh, that's odd. I do. Where's Mustard? Asked Jimmy Quinn. Well, I imagine he's safely ensconced at home editing videos. He's got a backload of videos to get through. And he had to put in quite a few hours on the Mustard and Boaty one. So he's got a backlog of his own. And I imagine he'll be hoping to live stream again tomorrow night. So he'll be trying to get through as many as possible. He might pop in, you never know. No win for me on last night's Thunderball, says Matt. So let's hope some good fortune. Oh, speaking of Mustard, he's just popped up in the comments. Evening, Captain. We were just talking about you. I'm a little behind on the comments. So let's hope some good fortune, says Matt. Is headed the way of the scratch cards. Yeah. My own and Mustard I will take on Monday, and we will deal with. Oh, Simone. Could you kindly DM me your address, or a post restaurant address or something? We've got a scratch card that we want to send you. It's a lucky one. Might be $5,000 in it for you to treat TC to something, or a bit of paint for your Rover. Yeah, if you could ping me that, I'll get it posted off to you. And then we've got another one that's going out to the community, but I've got to think of a competition in order for them to win it. Doings 2 was very good, says Bad Books. Thank you very much. Pleased you didn't dump in the aqua roll. Yeah, that was Mustard. He was convinced that it was a poo bag. I knew it couldn't be. Lots of hellos heading into our... Ah, Skick says, this will be interesting. Boat, when people go on your site, they will see some great vids, but they will also see the garbage ones, like the kebab runs. So keep to your best. You are a really likeable man. that's really interesting. I love the kebab run videos. I think they're hilarious, but maybe I'm missing out on something. Skik says they're absolute garbage. So, the kebab run videos, the videos where Mustard and I go and pick up our lunch and talk nonsense in the car, are they garbage and should I get rid of them, or do you enjoy them? Please let me know, and I will be guided by you. Oh, Mustard's not stopping, unfortunately. He's got another video to edit before sleepy times. Oh, right, thank you, Simone. That's come through, jolly good. And I'll get that off to you, well, as soon as I can. Post suite. Not a problem. So, yeah, Mustard's not hanging about. 1066, the Battle of Hastings. Oh, Jimmy, that's chiming in on the fact that you learned when you were young and you can't forget. And that's just reminded me of another one. Now, when I was a boy, I loved reading. I still do. But when I was a boy, I particularly enjoyed, I can't remember who wrote them. Was it Anthony Buckeridge? I want to say Anthony Buckeridge. And they were the Jennings books. If any of you have ever read any of them, Jennings and Derbyshire and so on. And the date that I learned from those books was the date of the Spanish Armada, because Jennings had to remember it and he couldn't forget it. And he came up with a little ditty. Oh, 1588, now I know the date, now I won't be late. It's 1588. So 1588 is the Battle of Armada, and that is the reason why I'll never forget it. One particular Jennings book, and I can't remember the exact plot, but it certainly involved one of those old telephone boxes where you had to press button A or press button B. I'm not old enough to remember those. Perhaps you are. I watched episode 2 when it first showed up, says Trace, when that hairy idiot buggered it up yet again. I think I'm going to change his name from Captain Mustard to General Fuck Up. Yeah, he managed to set it to public. And Trace is one of the 40-odd people who watched it when it first showed up and before it disappeared again. Lol. I enjoyed it. That's good. Oh, Simon's another one who saw it when he shouldn't have. Cheeseburger's jumping off the train now by the Ladybird in Aston Fields. See you in 20 to 30 minutes if the live stream is still going. It won't be. I'm buggering off at midnight. When is the community member branding / tattooing ceremony? Asks _. I must admit I felt lucky with my nickname _ but not the spelling of _ just an _ is going to be a lot less painful than having Captain Mustard the Hairy Paddington tattooed on my arse cheeks. Well, it is indeed. Stephen S. Paul says, ha! Rather sarcastically. I'll say that again. Ha! The Lickey incline is just a speed bump compared to any North American railway. All right, Stephen S. Paul. All right. Yeah. We may be small, but we're still, I was going to say we're still quite magnificent, but we're not really, are we, here in the old UK? But we are plucky. Cheeseburger's got it down to 29 minutes if he runs. Are you going to bring back Boaty's bedtime story, says Ivor Spotty Botty? Short answer, yes. Remember that time Boaty showed us that folder, Trace? Good times. That folder, right, I know you're being a sarcastic bastard, Simon, and to punish you for it, I'm going to show it to you again. Because that folder is still on my massive pile of to-do things. Because here is the folder, divested of all of HJ's doings, and behold the emptiness. The only thing that's in there is Booze V5. I've still got Okay, we're going to be getting that again tonight. Buffering, I'm afraid. I turned the other devices off. Shouldn't be happening. Anyway, point is, I've still got all of that to whack into that folder. So the folder is still there for potential deployment. So don't you worry, Simon. You've got plenty more good folder times ahead. Boaty needs a workshop. To be honest, I could do with one at the moment now. What I would really like is a little lockup like Mustard's, or something like Matt's Barn. And I need to start looking for one a bit more seriously, especially as Mr. Beards and Bangers, Mr. B&B, who would like to remind you that double rooms are for married couples only, and it's a £10 supplement per person for a full cooked breakfast. Yeah, he wants to go half in on me, half in with me on a unit. There must be some outbuilding with elastic trickery on one of the farms around here. I should have a word with my next door neighbour but one, who is himself a farmist, and if there's anything going, he'll know of it. Or have a word with Nick, the newly retired policeman, who's my actual next door neighbour, because he's got one somewhere where he stores his massive collection of stupidly expensive cars and motorcycles, and he'll probably know if there's another one going. So I'll put that on the to-do list. Right, we'll ignore that one. I like your variety on the channel, Boaty, says Trace. I honestly wouldn't watch it if it was mainly car stuff. Yeah, I kind of figured that early doors, that I was going to have a very narrow channel if I stuck to car stuff. And the problem with that would be that I'd be competing directly against people who are better than me. Because what can I do about cars? I haven't got the money to buy and sell them. I haven't got the expertise to fix them. So what else can I can't even do proper paint correction. So what am I going to do with bloody cars? So no wonder I diversified very quickly into lavatories and bridges and cooking 20p noodles. But I do watch the car stuff, continues Trace, because of the stuff that draws me in. 20p noodles came first. Which I just mentioned, having not read that comment. That's interesting. That kind of bears out my theory that if I suck you in with one particular video or one type of video, you know, there's a chance that I might get you to cross over to others. Maybe I'm not as mad as I thought I was. Bad Books mentions the folder too. Remember, I'm still traumatized. Sorry about that. Oh, hello, who's this? T for Best Pal says hello, and hello to you, and thank you for being with us. We're all delighted. Mind Your Language was a favourite show back in the 70s. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I remember that. Simone says, I rarely get 1K views on a film. How did you normally get, Simone? Where are your subs sitting at the moment? Are you in the high teens now? You must have picked up, you said you'd picked up quite a few. What's your normal views? Mine are all over the place. You know, I mean, Boaty's Noshes, which only very few people watch that. It's still not uncommon for me only to get 30 views on a Boaty's Noshes video, which for a channel with 3,000 subscribers is nothing short of laughable. But then I'll get videos that get, you know, 1, 2, 3,000 views. Actually, I say 3,000 views. I'm yet to hit 3,000 views on a video. I'm close to it. I'm very close to it. One of my long burners is just about to tip over into the 3Ks. You know, it'd be nice to have some videos that are have got the same views as the channel has subscribers, but you see, the static of uploading other people's footage is something I don't like. Fair enough. With all respect, Boaty, I don't watch any of them that you upload, but I'm not your target audience. Well, that's absolutely right, mate. My way of thinking is that there's stuff on YouTube that isn't available anywhere else, and that's some of the stuff that I watch. You know, live performances, that sort of thing. And I figure, sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's going on with the interweb at the moment. Where was I? But yeah, that, you know, I don't expect everybody to watch them, but I've had some really amazing feedback. My thinking was, if I really enjoy something or it makes me laugh, then a lot of you guys you watch my stuff because you've got a similar sense of humour to me, or you enjoy similar things. So I always think, well, if something really makes me laugh, there's a chance it will really make somebody else laugh as well. And maybe you've never seen it, or maybe you've forgotten about it. And on the whole, I fully accept what Simon says, that he won't watch any of them, and completely fair enough. But on the whole, a lot of the stuff that I have put up, I've had really amazing feedback for, both from people that are new to the channel, like the Chance in the Millions. Somebody sent me 20 quid saying, thank you so much for putting these up. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed them. I haven't seen them since I first watched them back in the 80s. And a lot of you guys, who are here anyway, you've given me amazing feedback on some of the stuff I put, especially that Robbie Coltrane stuff. Now, that Robbie Coltrane stuff is really rare. You can't find it anywhere. All of those Robbie Coltrane clips were from one show that was on Channel 4 once, and as far as I know, was never repeated. You try finding that anywhere on the internet. And as it happened, I had a copy, and I thought I'll put it up, and I've had wonderful feedback. People have loved it, and I love that I'm giving you a laugh. Okay, it's not my material, but if I hadn't put it on the channel, you wouldn't have seen it. So that's my justification anyway. But you know, I understand that some people won't want to watch it, or might even think that it's cheating somehow. Yeah, well, you tell me what you think. Oh, right, that's interesting. T-Fur Best Pal. I came from the Woody Show. My pal, rest his soul, the lovely Steve. I did one guest appearance on quite a memorable live stream of his, and that's what led to me doing all of these. Actually, I did that, I think, before I did any of my own, or at about the same around the same time I started doing these anyway. And it's yeah, it's lovely that a few people have come over from that, which is absolutely great. And I'm really glad that the Woody Show is still going, even though Steve is no longer with us, bless him. Let's just raise a glass to the memory of our friend Steve, shall we? He was a nice man, and he's missed by a lot of people. And he was a bloody brave bugger as well. And he was one of those people, I've said it before, he was even funnier in real life than he was online. And his online persona could be very sharp, very caustic, you know, really, really cutting. In real life, he was worse, but he was so lovely with it. Is this speech heading towards me having to pay to be his unpaid intern, wonders Matt? Oh, you kind of already do, bless you, the lovely things that you give to me and Mustard and the community in general. You'll get your reward. You might have to wait until you go to heaven, but you will get your reward. You'll get some Momo one day, that's for sure and certain. I like the insanity of Mustard's videos, says Stephen S. Paul. I think we all do. Oh, a fellow Welsh person. Are you Welsh then? Sorry, T-Fur Best Pal. I'm not. I didn't realise you were Welsh. I'm not absolutely sure who you are. I get confused by eBay names. Quite possibly I don't know you, or more probably I do know you, but by a different name. Oh, well, Trace knows you, obviously. Only just spotted you in chat there. Oh, and then says Mickey Jeffries and Nev's in. So there you go, his name is Nev. I don't know, says Simon. I think it's an assumption to say you don't get crossover already. YouTube analytics are a little less than user-friendly. That's true. How do you do the @ people on YouTube, meaning tagging them? I think, I can't be certain, I can't do it. I think you need to be on a browser rather than on an app. I assume that's what the situation is. Weird how when you've grown up as... Right, okay. I shouldn't have started reading that. I saw a couple of your cheap car videos and found them pretty good, says Nev. Thank you very much. My most recent film to hit over 1K, says Simone, was Cortina Day last summer. I watched that one. That's one of yours, and I haven't watched every single one of your videos, Simone, but that one I did watch, and it was one of the first ones I watched. So I helped it to get to that 1,000. Yay me. Live chat is all messages. Top chat is just what YouTube offers you. No, it's not, Trace. Live chat is the option that shows you the chat. And then having selected live chat, you've got a further thing which toggles between, hang on, I'll actually look for you, top messages and all messages. So you need to double check that. Oh, FOMO is fear of missing out. That's right, I do remember. Don't freeze your wine tonight, you muppet. And then Matt says the frozen wine feature is currently on hiatus. No, it isn't. I've got one in the freezer. It's back. The frozen wine feature is back, my lovelies. Oh, this is aimed at Simone. Do you find if you post about an upcoming video on Facebook, it gets more hits? That's an interesting one. You didn't ask me, but I'll answer it anyway. No. He's currently using the fridge to his left for wine. I was, Matt, I was. But this very evening, because I'm back on the cheap plonk, which needs to be chilled to within an inch of its life to be drinkable, although it is better than that taste the difference crap. I'm back in the freezer. We're back. Old school rules, my lovelies. We're back to that. So keep those warnings coming in. Pingu says, oh, we're on to the lunch runs. Are they, whatever word Skip used, crap or something similar? Or are they funny to some people and should be kept in? Pingu weighs in anyway. Lunch runs are funny and entertaining. Keep it up, Boaty. Okay. Oh, Mike says, early start tomorrow, so good night, Jason, good night, humans, be nice. We will. You take care of yourself, Mike. Thanks for being with us. And we're all saying good night to Mike. Oh, we really are all saying good night. Oh, the folders are coming out. Logs out of stream. You asked for them, Simon. You want to be sarcastic and say, remember that magical moment, then I will take your sarcasm at face value. And I will throw it back at you and I will give you another magical folder moment. Two can play at that game, my boy. Yeah, we need to sort a date out, don't we? Because I know that you want to do a film on Shison, and we can sort you a fob out for Margaret. And I'd quite like to do, I'd quite like to have a go in Margaret, to be honest, and do, because I have driven a TF. I can't remember, but I must have way back in the day when they were current, but I can't remember for the life of me. And just for my own interest, I'd like to experience the difference between an F and a TF, because in the long term, I'm thinking of having both on the fleet. One of the first, one of the earliest before the facelift, which I've got with Wetleg, and then one of the last before the company collapse and going into Chinese ownership. Excuse me. So yeah, I'd like to experience that and possibly make a film of it as well. I think it's probably my turn to buy lunch, isn't it? I mean, technically it's yours, Simon, but you only had those inedible chips when I bought your lunch, and you bought me a full-on McDonald's. So I think it's probably my turn, although probably wouldn't buy you something. I'd probably just cook it. So yeah, maybe one Saturday or Sunday in the not too distant future we could sort something out. Be nice to see you again. Obviously I missed you at Mustard's thing. Cracking up now about the folder show and tell. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, blame him. It was so good it broke the stream. The swirl of doom, says Liz. The power of the folder, says Simon. The folder buffered the stream, says Bad Books. Don't do a hub nut and get bigger and bigger and get a bigger and bigger unit to fill more and more crap. Right. God, I'm so out of touch with with Hubnut that I don't know. Has he got bigger and bigger and filled it with more crap? I don't know. I'm certainly not particularly interested in that Australian thing that he spent an absolute fortune on bringing over. I enjoyed the Camry because that was an utter disaster. The GSA was quite, I don't know what else he's got now. He seems to have acquired about 3 or 4 small, frankly, quite boring cars that are all kind of the same, and some of which work and some of which don't. And I haven't seen any of his for ages. But there we are. Get your trousers on, you're nicked. No, that was a line, wasn't it? Was that a real line or was it apocryphal? If it was a real one, I think it was credited to the Sweeney, if I'm right. I might be wrong. Skick again. But you're an old pro at selling cars, so that's experience. Plus you know how to review them while putting a bit of comedy in. You've got a point, Skick, and everything that you've ever said to me, I have always taken on board and seriously considered. Hence making that video. That was in no small part down to some of your comments. And yeah, I think there is a niche there where I can throw in a little bit of comedy with a little bit of knowledge and just make the review slightly different than, I mean, lots of people do really good car reviews. Matt's are great. Hubnut's are very good. He's, you know, he is an engaging character, and he does a reasonable level of research. Then at the other side of the coin, you've got Mustard, who gives a very personal opinion, and he will give you some facts, but they're not at all researched, and they're invariably completely wrong. But then there's a lot of comedy in there, so I could possibly slot in the middle there somewhere, doing review type videos that are reasonably professional with a bit of comedy as well. So yeah, as I say, Skick, thank you for your feedback. Do keep it coming, and I definitely take it on board. Oh, Liz says, I've not watched any of the Chances in a Millions. Too busy working through back catalogue of cooking, cars and other doings. Also, the chances is a bit cynical. Yeah, it is. I admit it. But I do get the MO, the modus operandi. Yeah, it is a bit cynical, Liz. I'll take that on the chin. But you know, at the end of the day, I would like to make a couple of bob along the way, just to help out with what I'm trying to do with other stuff. And you know, bear in mind that behind everything, even if it's not like, I don't know, silly things like I've got 2 cars that need repair. I found the stereo I'd love to buy for Wetleg. It's 35 quid. I haven't got 35 quid. And it would be nice if there was a little bit more money trickling in, so that when a 35 quid thing came up, I'd have 35 quid. And that when cars need repair, they don't sit for endless months and months on end. So, yeah, okay, it's a bit cynical, but I could justify it because I genuinely adore that series. You all know that I've been speaking about Chance of a Million on the live streams forever, long before I even thought about putting them up. And I've had amazing feedback from people who couldn't find them on YouTube otherwise. I've made them very easy to find. Thousands of people have watched them. They've enjoyed them. So I don't see any harm in it. Oh, another haiku from Simon. And I enjoy these. And here we all are. We join together for streams. All different likes. And I like that one as well. Yeah, I do actually. I really do. If I may, Simon, I'd have to scroll through and find them, but oh, is there a way to do it on a live stream? I'd like to actually get them on the screen of a live stream somehow. I'd like to get that one on anyway, but there's probably a clever technical way to do it, but I don't know how to cut in stuff into a live stream even after the live stream has ended. Not that I've ever tried. I don't know, can you edit it? Postpartum? I've got no idea. Maybe I could just hold up a thing at the beginning of the thing, or just say it with an accreditation to Simon who wrote it. As Kellogg says, variety is the spice of life. As you were, Boaty, carry on, good sir. Fair enough. What does everyone think of biscuits, asked Simon? Have they had their day? Simon Callow was in The Cleaner last week, the Greg Davies show. God, was he? I love Simon Callow. And I love Greg Davies as well. He's a semi-acquaintance because he's an acquaintance of an acquaintance. And he did guest slots on my acquaintance's radio show that I also did guest slots on. So I think Greg is hilarious. Not ironically, not so much his actual stand-up stuff, but just his off-the-cuff talking to you stuff, or the stuff he does on live radio. I think he has me rolling about on the floor. Does the big man? Oh, Cheeseburger's home. Well done, you have made good time. Oh God, it's midnight. I was supposed to bugger off. We'll do an extra 15 minutes, and then I really am sodding off. Still waiting for your opinion on last night's wine. It's not from your usual supplier. Well, I haven't got onto it yet, Matt. I'll do a taste on it. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, so a little less dry than my normal taste, but I have been known to enjoy a Sauvignon Blanc, so we will do that. I will actually drink it. I won't leave it out on display. Let's catch up with the comments, because I want to talk to you about the... I want to very quickly talk to you about P-Scan. Don't mention biscuits too loud, the dogs will go mad. Evening, Ben, hope you're well. Who's Ben? Oh, I'm terrible with names. Oh, it depends on the browser talking about that. Oh, Mustard's back, or was back, at the point that he wrote that. I haven't finished, but I can go back after this stream. All right, so it's Mustard with us now. I'm on a browser, says Trace. It's only showing live chat and top chat as options. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, right, yes, okay. Oh, right, jolly good. Oh, and Simone has been smartphone free for 1 week. Well done, you. Bloody freezing, says Matt. Oh, that's a thought. I haven't put the heating on. Oh, it is a bit nippy. I'll tell you what. I'll treat myself. I'll stick it on for half an hour. Just put a bit of warmth through the place. There we go. I've gone mad and whacked it up to 20.5. Oh. Bad news, my loves. The aerial was knackered on Boo the Freelander, but I was hoping that it was snapped off somewhere like up here, like there, so that I could unscrew this, and it's not. It's snapped off there, look, which means that the residue of that thread is stuck in the aerial thing, and there's no way of getting it out. Unless you try to drill it out with a tiny bit or something. And I can't do that because I don't know how to do it. I haven't got a drill bit and I haven't got a drill. So that means that I'm going to have to replace the aerial base as well as putting a new aerial on it. And I did that in the MGF and I was very proud. But in the MGF, because it sits on the rear wing, you could access it relatively easily from the boot stroke engine bay. But on the Freelander, it's mounted on the roof. So that means headlining down. And that means a big job. Or does it? Because I've been doing research, and apparently if you drop the main interior light, then you can access the underpinnings of the aerial mount from there. And it's just a simple nut and bolt if you can get to it. So hopefully that will be doable even by me. Except that I looked on eBay for an aerial mount, and the only one I found so far is 30 quid. And I haven't got 30 quid for an aerial mount in the same way I haven't got 35 quid for the stereo for Wetleg. Well, I haven't got 30 quid for anything. Well, actually, I have. Or I should have. Shit, where's that gone? Ah. I've actually got 75 quid. But unfortunately, it's not mine. I had to drop some cheese off on the way home from one restaurant to the other restaurant, and pick up the money for it and take it back to my restaurant tomorrow. So I haven't got any personal money to buy anything. But I did put something on Facebook Marketplace today. Do any of you drive Fords? Obviously, before Rovers, I had a fleet of Fords, and I've got this thing. It wasn't a UK thing, it's a European thing, but it's a really cool Ford thing with Velcro there and Velcro there, so it locks into your boot, and it's like a European travel kit, but jolly good for the UK too. And I paid a fortune for this. You've got high-vis vest and all a shed load of first aid kit, and it's all well in date as well. And then underneath in that one there, you've got a warning triangle and stuff that you need when travelling abroad. So I thought, well, I've got this knocking about, so I've put that on Marketplace for 20 quid. And if I do have the weekend off, I'll put a load of other stuff on as well and see if I can raise a few quid for the bits and pieces that I need. Like the sat-navs that I've already told you about. And do you remember that autoglimpse stuff I showed you that I got for an absolute bargain. Well, I haven't used it, and because I've had all of those 20 quid Halfords vouchers, I'm not sure that I am going to use it in short order. So I might be a bit cynical again, and put it on there for the going rate, which is about 60 quid for all the stuff that's in there, and see if I can nab 60 quid for it. And, you know, that would be the biggest part of an aerial mount and the stereo, if the stereo hasn't sold yet. We got to the point where he agreed to send it, and I was about to say, yeah, I'll have it, and I just checked my bank and there wasn't any bloody money in it. So I haven't messaged him back since then. That was a couple of days ago. So it might have sold. Never mind. Where did I get to? Oh yeah, mustard came back. And Simone's smartphone free. I don't know why he keeps his wine in the freezer. It's colder out here. Bloody is. Oh, more than welcome to get inside Margaret and feel what it's like. No, that's genuine, Simon. I'd love to know. I mean, I've done a lot of research on MGFs because I get anal about stuff. So I know the differences on paper between the F and the TF. I'm pretty sure I know all of them, in fact, and I could give quite a detailed description of them. I won't, because you already know it and the rest of you would be bored. But knowing it on paper doesn't give you an actual feeling for it. And I'd love to drive it to know if, I imagine that it's going to be 1,000 times more refined, easier to drive, more comfortable to drive, certainly for me. Even with a silly thing like just by being able to raise the steering wheel, I'll be able to get my feet on the pedals properly. And that's going to be a massive improvement for a start. So yeah, I'd love to do that. Simone's going to sleep. Ta-ta for now. Thanks for joining us. It was the Sweeney, says Mustard, and Cheeseburger. Let's whiz through these now. Oh, oi, don't knock the Fairmont. Even though they were derided when first released here in the land down under, that spotty body there. I'm not knocking it as a car, per se. I just think that, okay, he had a personal, emotional connection with it, and I get that. But it was a hell of a lot of money to pay to bring what is, frankly, an old shed, you know, from the other side of the world. And okay, it's a personal folly, and completely understand that. And if it was a car that I was interested in, I'd probably say fair play to him. I'm just not massively interested in it. It is interesting that he has that and Matt has the Crown Vic, and I think I've told you this before, but I can't swear to it. There is a big old car of that type that I would like. And there was a time where I actively was looking to buy one. And obviously, I don't know what Matt's connection with the Crown Vic is. Maybe he just likes them. Obviously, Ian had his time with the Betty the Fairmont when he was actually down under. But when I was living in Chicago, all of the cabs were Chevrolet Caprices. And I just loved the idea of a minicab having that thundering great engine up the front. And I thought, and that is the American car that I would like. I would like a Chevrolet Caprice taxi in Chicago yellow. And yeah, I quite like that. I have got a thing about taxis. As you know, I've had London taxis long term in the past. Morris the Metro Cab and Robin the FX4. And I've still got a hankering for one. I've been looking at TXs, TX1s, TX2s. and I would love a TX2 gold in silver, if that makes any sense. Gold is the trim level, and I would love one of those in silver, and I'd love one of those on the fleet. And it is kind of British, isn't it? LTI, London Taxis International. And they're such a useful thing and quirky, and if I had one, I'd have it all sign written for the YouTube channel, Boaty's World, with the website address www.boatysworld.co.uk, and all of that, and make a thing of it. I think it's because it was a childhood thing. After his breakdown, my dad drove a black cab for the rest of his working life, yeah, I spent a lot of my childhood time sitting in the back of a black cab, and I kind of loved them. And yeah, I would really like a TX2. Anyway. Right, okay, jolly good. Sell the 2 cars that are knackered, get a deal with Mustard and put the money into repairing the Transit, then get to Ellesmere Port Auctions with 500 quid and you will at least double your money. Well, I don't know about the second part of that, Skick, but it might come to the point where I have to sell the 2 cars that are knackered. I won't let them sit there forever. Hopefully Brian is on the road, because he's on the road to getting somewhere, because I'm doing this thing with Philip, the P-Scan man, and DMGRS, and there's been a couple of emails going back and forward today, and that has ramped up another notch. So hopefully that will save Brian. And Stigbürt is going to be, I'll give Stigbürt a couple of months, and if he's not sorted in a couple of months, I'll sell him as is. But I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to try and get him sorted. To pop things on live as it happens, you want OBS. And you could download the live and edit it and re-upload it, but it will be under vids rather than lives, but that's not a bad thing. 2 bangs for your buck. That's an option. I hadn't thought of that, Trace. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. And I don't know what OBS is, by the way. I have downloaded the lives and used bits of them in videos, and that's something that I'm going to do more and more of. And get some W's out of them that way. Oh, I bet Mustard has some screw extraction tools. Oh, I wonder. The aerial's such a little thread. I mean, what could you do? You need to attach something else to the subterranean, submerged bit of thread, and somehow hoik it out. That's all that needs doing. I'll mention it to the good captain and see if he's got a clever way of doing it. I suspect that he hasn't, because the aerials are knackered on pretty much all of the cars in his yard, and he hasn't sorted them. So I'm guessing that's because he hasn't got the requisite doings, or maybe he just couldn't be asked because he doesn't listen to the radio. I don't know. But yeah, let's throw it out there. Mustard, or anybody else who cares to chime in, can you think of a way to get, let me show it to you again. You all know what an aerial thread looks like, I'm sure. But the aerial is snapped off. So in the aerial base, there is the residual part of that thread there. It's a small thread. It's 5 or 6 mil. Is there any way to get that out and thus save the aerial base and save 30 quid and probably a load of hassle fitting a new one? You're all clever people, you'll know. Don't take the interior light out, the wheels will fall off, says Cheeseburger. Which would be a joke, except that with me, it probably would. Drop some cheese off? No then, what colour was this cheese? I don't know, yellowish? 2 bloody great big boxes of the stuff for use on, for use in naans. Spotty Butty says, I do drive a Ford. Ah, but you live in Australia, you wouldn't want to buy that off me, would you? Oh, Jimmy Quinn has got a Ford. You don't even like cheese, says Brad Books. I know I don't. I think it's dreadful stuff, but one restaurant had some and the other restaurant didn't, so I had to do a transition. Well, in fairness, neither restaurant had any because the wholesaler was out of stock. But I have got a cunning network in my restaurant in that area. I've got a cunning network with all of the local shops, which, you know, which is how I get stuff like that. And obviously, it was the work of a moment to find a cheese supplier from one of my absolutely lovely Asian friends who has a takeaway almost directly opposite it. You'll know it, Matt. Talking about Tony. You know Tony's? You'll walk past it directly opposite the restaurant. Well, almost directly opposite. And you'll walk past on your way to the car park. So yeah, so I got some cheese from my local dealer, dropped it off at the other restaurant, who were cheeseless, and yeah. Ah, it's not cynical, it's common sense. Oh, that's good, I think so too. Oh, hello. 12 quid for the aerial mount, sent you a link. Well spotted, Matt. I haven't got 12 quid either, but I've got more chance of getting 12 quid than I ever of getting 30. As soon as he mentions Momo's, I'm hungry, says Simon. Momo's, says Spotty Butty. Another little semi-spoiler for you. On Monday, our lunch on Monday, it's my turn. I'm not buying, I'm cooking, and I think it's going to be Momo's. But it's not going to be in the yard. Oh, now then. Oh, Margaret equals not refined, but she does love to turn into corners. The nicest F or TF I've driven was Phil K's F1.6, says Mustard. I miss tea again, says Matt. I really should get supper on. Yours dries great, says Mustard. It does. It does. It's but I think it does definitely need that hydrogas sorting. The suspension is just, you know, it's overly harsh. You know, I mean, it would, yeah, it's. But then I wouldn't want it to be too soft either. I like the edge that it has. It just needs to be a little bit less of an edge. I've said it before and I'll say it again, says Matt. I'm worth every penny I don't get paid. You certainly are. The Fairmont will be an easy kill when we go into battle, says Cheeseburger. We'll let the tyres down. Spotty Butty says Chevrolet equals shit. Fake taxi. I like fake taxi. I will be able to sort Brian, says Mustard. Will you? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. In terms of getting the, in terms of actually getting the thing out, yeah, absolutely. And we had an update from Philip today. The plan is now to definitely take the new BCU from DMGRS. Philip has been in contact with the man whose name I forget and the company that I forget that do the cloning, and he's now convinced that he'll be able to add the ability to P-scan to actually program a brand new BCU into Pectron with the new fobs. So that's what we're going to try and do. But yeah, I'm 100% reliant on my dear friend, the good captain, to actually get the thing out to enable all of this to happen. I can just imagine Boaty in an Australian Fräulein or Limited, big and luxurious, and were available in silver. I would love it. It's exactly the sort of car that I love, to be honest. I've always had a massive thing for big old, comfortable, luxurious, wafting barges. I loved my LS400, my Lexus. What a car that was. I did the San Sebastian road trip in that, and it was like the ultimate road trip car. It certainly was for Mrs. Boaty, who Mrs. Boaty positioned herself in the back seat, kindly giving up the front seat to Mother Boaty, because the road trip in the LS400, I did it with the wife and my mum, Mumbo, and yeah, Mrs. Boaty positioned Mum in the front very kindly, and then she made herself thoroughly at home in the back, because of course the armrest has a nice wine holder and wine glass holder. So yeah, Mrs. Boaty felt no pain at all on the long journey. She was accompanied by some excellent bottles of red that I'd procured for her, having done a quick course on learning about Rioja as we were in Spain. And yeah, she just installed herself in the lap of luxury in the rear seat of the LS400 with a daily bottle of wine. So I'd forgotten about that, bless her. And why not? What better way to make a... right, okay. Oh, let me know about Stigbürt. I know someone who might be interested. No, of course I haven't, says Mustard. I don't know what he hasn't, but he hasn't. OBS Studio, Open Broadcaster Studio. Oh, okay. Fun fact, one model of London cab had the same Jatco auto gearbox as the Master Unos. Oh, I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that. Right. Trying to think. Both of my cabs were autos, but the FX4 was an old 3-speed auto. The Metro cab was a 4-speed auto, and I'm sure that my Unos was a 4-speed auto as well. So maybe it was the... Oh, no, of course I haven't, is in relation to the getting out of screwy thingers. Weld a bar onto it then. I wondered about that. Would Stigbürt engine fit in a Streetwise? Yes, it would if you took the seat out. Magnetic tool to remove thread. God, it'd have to be a strong magnetic tool. Those aerials tend to go quite tight. But then Mustard has got a very strong magnet. Yeah. I wonder if I should present it to Mustard as a problem that he could make a video about. Yeah. If you give him a challenge, he can't resist a challenge. I might say to him, I'll rock up. I'll just rock up in Boo, and I'll say, hey, Mustard, it's completely impossible for anybody to get this broken bit of thread out. Nobody has done it in the history of the world ever. And I bet he'll say, I'll do it. I'll find a way to do it. Radio is boring besides the shipping forecast, says Mustard. No, it's not. You've got the news. You've got the world at 1. You've got PM. You've got the Archers. You've got Count Arthur Strong. You've got David Sedaris. A lot of it's boring, but not all of it. Get another one saying get Mustard to weld it. Oh, Simon says screw extraction tool. Drill a little hole in the screw and the extraction tool is like a left-hand thread self-tapper. Okay, but it's tiny, Simon. Is there room to, it's like a 5mm thread. Is there room to drill a little hole in it? Right. There's nothing stranger than cheese, you strange chap. Matt says, yeah, it smells rather nice too when I walk by Tony's. Why are you selling 60 chairs, asks Jimmy Quinn. How did you know I'm selling 60 chairs, Jimmy? I'm selling 60 chairs. I'm no longer selling 60 chairs. I'm now selling 30 chairs. I was selling 60 chairs because we've ordered 60 new chairs for the other restaurant. Replacing, because we're just doing a complete redesign. So the chairs would be surplus to requirements. But having decided to sell the 60, delivery's been delayed. They're not going to be here until now next Wednesday, which reminds me, I've got to message somebody and say, don't come tomorrow, you can't take them. He only wanted 4. It's now 30 because some of the staff want some of the chairs, and we're not getting new tables and chairs at our restaurant because we're the poor cousin of the chain. So we're going to keep some in reserve in case some of ours break. You know, if I sit on them or something with my enormous arse. But that's why I'm selling them, but I'm selling them on behalf of the company, and there's nothing in it for me, unfortunately. Oh, Black Lines is here. Evening all. Congrats on 3K subs, Boaty. Thank you very much. He was supposed to have finished at 12, so you're honoured. Yeah, I seem to have overrun somewhat. Right, I'll get to the end of these comments and then I'll piss off. I wanted to talk to you about this, which is wonderful, and I've got all sorts of things to say about it. And I did a thing today, and I'm really... we'll talk about this another day. I might do a video on it over the weekend. I did program, I've tested it, it's fully installed on my laptop that I thought I'd never use again, my tiny one from years and years and years ago that I kept out of sentiment, and it's now a usable thing again, and it's perfect for using in the car with a scan tool because it's small and light. It's actually, it's a full laptop that's about the same size as this iPad, and it's actually lighter. It's a Sony Vio. I bought it years and years and years ago when I was rich, and even all that time ago, and I'm going back, oh God, I'm going back like 15, 16, 17 years. I bought that and it was 2,000 quid then. Imagine what that would cost now. Anyway, drill extractors are tapered, says Black Line, so it shouldn't be a problem. Please don't challenge me, says Mustard. Consider yourself challenged, dear boy. He was sending 60, but the music stopped. Right, thank God, I've reached the end of the comments. You poor sods. You've had to suffer an extra half an hour of this, haven't you? So, yeah, was that everything I wanted to tell you? 'Cause I won't see you now. I won't see you until Monday night. And it seems like forever. Time for a 3K subscriber celebration, methinks. Anyone up for becoming one of Boaty's members? Oh, hello. Oh, is there a channel membership giveaway coming up from the lovely Rosé Cheeks? We'll hang around for that, won't we? Right, if it happens, then a thing will pop up. There'll be a channel membership thing pop up. If you haven't already ticked the box to say that you're willing to accept a channel membership, a box will, here it comes, it's up. Now look at the top, Oh, right, too late. It's already gone. It's already gone. Bless you, that's really kind of you, Rosé. And the channel membership has gone to, drum roll please, Chaz Brown. Very well deserved. Awesome. And oh, that reminds me again. there have been a couple of new channel members that have joined, not on a live stream, and I've not seen that they joined. I looked at the list the other day because obviously Mike became a member, Classic Wheels Wales, so I knew I was going to have to do a new video outro, and I was looking at the list and a couple of other people have joined as well. So I need to say a massive thank you to them. And now I think it does, Matt. It does choose automatically if you've already ticked the box. Yeah. So, but the green thing should still be at the top. So if you haven't already done so, click on the oval green thing up at the top of the messages. I'll do it now and see what it says. And there'll be a thing that says allow gifts, and just click on allow gifts. And then if somebody else decides to give away a gift membership, then you're in with a chance of getting it. And Chaz Brown has obviously already done that and is now a channel member. So cheers to you, Chaz. Welcome. And massive thanks to Rose for doing that. It's a lovely thing to do. And I think it's the third time that you've done it now, which is just wonderful. Dear. Oh dear. So, oh, what a lovely way to finish the old 3K sub live stream shenanigan things. Thank you very much indeed. Now, yeah, so I'm not going to see you now until Monday, which seems like forever. So, what do I need to say? Obviously, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Is there anything on this weekend? I'm not sure. It's Pride of Longbridge next weekend, and then of course my Sunday lunch on the 16th. I hope that a couple of you will come and join me and Matt and Shoestring Shed and maybe Mustard and anybody else who pops up. So yeah, have a fabulous weekend. I'm going to be just arsing about. You might see some videos. You might not. I might have a complete weekend off. On Monday, as usual, I will be... Oh, hang on. Mustard says, will you beat me to 5K? Do you fancy a little wager? Where are you now? You're about to do 4, aren't you? And I've just done 3. I tell you what, for the fun of it, I don't think I will beat you to 5. I think I'll beat you to 6. I don't think I'll beat you to 5, but I think that there's a chance that I could beat you to 5, and I would be prepared to have a little fun wager on it if you're up for that. So maybe you guys think of a bet or think of a forfeit that if we agree to it, whoever hits 4K last out of me and Mustard, think of a forfeit that we have to do, or a bet that we make as to who hits 4K first. And bear in mind that Mustard has got like a 900 head start. So I would have to do 2,000 in the time that he's only got to do 1,100. Bloody hell! I'll have to finish off Chance in a Millions quickly, and then I'll have to think of another one to put up there. Oh, I did think of one actually. I was thinking Series 1 of All Creatures Great and Small. I might whack that up, or try and find some. I'll have to start thinking. If there's a 4K challenge on, I'm gonna have a 5K. What was it? 5K challenge, isn't it? Yeah. So community challenge to 5K. What's the forfeit? Asks Matt. Good luck anyone travelling this weekend. Bank holiday shenanigans. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was saying. Right. Monday, as usual, I will be heading off to the Yard of Dreams with some beer for you, Mustard. That's come from Matt. I'll be bringing that with me. And there are going to be bank holiday shenanigans that I can't say too much about, but which you will see on Thursday, next Thursday. It will be episode 3 of the doings of Mustard and Boaty, and it could be, well, it could be an absolute fucking disaster, let's be honest. How about a live from Roger Boaty on Monday afternoon? It's a bank holiday. Not a bad idea, Cheeseburger. Not a bad idea. Possibly. It depends how Monday goes. I don't know. I'd need to... Yeah, if it was like a post-lunch live, like we did once before from inside Roger Boaty, then yeah, I think we could do that without spoiling what will be the video to go out on Thursday night. Yeah, good shout. That is a possibility. Simon says, I'll get to 500 before you get to 5k. Well, there you go. It can be a triple bet forfeit thing. 2 people might have to do the forfeit. The loser has to watch 5 of the other one's videos. There's no point in saying that. Mustard will never watch 5. He'll never watch 5 of mine or yours. Although, credit where it's due, I've not replied to the comment yet, Captain, but you did watch my Freelander one and you left a very nice comment. So thank you for that. I mean, you probably only watched the first 5 minutes or the first 3 minutes. I bet you didn't watch it all. I bet you... What do I bet you? I bet you... Well, I just bet you. I bet you didn't watch all of it. And you were at work as well. Something would have distracted you. And it was like a 14-minute video. I bet you didn't get into double figures. I bet that you quit that video before it got to minute 10. Yes, beer. Oh, that racket. That racket is... Oh yeah, the scrapey noise. Right, it's the back filter in the back section of my kitchen fish tank, which the back section is running low on water, and the water filter is complaining because it's got water starvation. I'll top it up as soon as I'm done here. We're not running around the yard naked. That's not happening. Or is it? Oh my God. I was spotted what he says. You all have a great weekend now. Stay safe and enjoy yourselves. Ta-ta for now. Hope to catch you in the next live. Beer, says Mustard. Loser spends a weekend in Roger Boaty at a naturist campsite. Hilarious, but we can't do it because Mustard wouldn't be allowed. And quite rightly, he's a family man. He doesn't get to do nonsense like that at the weekends. And I'd be working, so neither of us can do that. Didn't you both tell us in the last video? Both tell you what? Oh, did we? Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Yes, we did. Sorry. You're quite right, Simon. That's me being stupid. Yeah, oh right, so I might as well tell you now. Well, shall I? Yeah, I might as well. Might make you watch next Thursday. The plan... Yeah, we told you in the video, so I can tell you. The plan is to drag Mr. George Roger Boaty out of the yard, up to tow him with a car, ourselves, with mirrors and everything, and take him on bank holiday, cause a load of traffic chaos by driving annoyingly slowly, and take him to a popular spot, and then annoy everybody by cooking with the door open or something like that. I watch more than you realise, Mr. says Mustard. You probably do. It's just fun to... you do drop the occasional thing in, which does let slip that you have watched 1 or 2. And I'm very honoured. Forfeit. Mustard has to make lunch or Boaty pays for lunch for 2 months. Bloody hell, 2 months. Or alternatively, loser has to comment on every video and live stream of the victor. Well, think about this, and we'll pick it back up on Monday. Or next week, anyway. And next week, we will decide on the Mustard and Boaty 5K challenge, which might well involve other people as well. Like, it's got to have a 5 in it. So it might involve Simon getting to 500, and we'll work out some cunning forfeits and whatnot. Too much food talk, starving. Me too, Simon. Oh God Almighty, it's 1:45. Everything I planned to do tonight, I'm now not going to do. I'm definitely going to have the weekend off, you know. I'm going to catch up on everything that I need to catch up on. And I'm going to hoover and do laundry and do really geeky stuff that I enjoy, that I've been planning for ages and stuff. Oh, of course you will, Simon. Of course you will. Mate, we've all been where you were, right? And 100 to 200 is like the hardest 100 that you'll ever do. We've all been there. It feels like you'll never get out of it, but you will. You absolutely will. You're, as much as anybody, or more than most, you've really jumped into the community thing. You've supported every other channel, including mine, really over and above the Call of Duty. You did an amazing live stream the other night that I did catch up on afterwards. Wasn't able to watch it at the time. You're getting a load of love and you're building up your thing. And it will work. It will work. You'll expand. You'll find you'll find the way that you want to expand what you're already doing. You've already got a community around you. You've picked up on the bits of shared community that we all share, but you'll get your own people as well. You're as individual and quirky, if not more so, than the rest of us. You know, in a slightly different way. We're all different, but you are properly different, and of course you'll get there. Of course you bloody will. It just doesn't feel like... I remember, honest to God, mate, I so remember being there. And I told Mustard that I'd never hit 500, I'd never hit 1,000, and he was saying all of these sort of things to me. And you know, it's true. If you keep persevering at it and you're doing it in some way the right way, of course you'll get there. And you're building up an amazing little community around you. And you've barely started yet. We've got the summer to go. You did the right thing with the NEC. You really worked that. You really worked it to your own advantage, whilst helping other people as well, which is completely the right thing to do, and it will pay off for you. And I know you'll put the legwork in and do other shows, and you've got collabs. You've done the collab with Simone. You'll do collabs with, I know you've got stuff planned with Rob, and that'll be absolutely great. You'll do stuff with me. No doubt you've been in Mustard's thing, and no doubt you'll do more stuff there. Of course it'll happen. Of course it will. I was really, yeah, of course. And you should have been. It was great. It was really, really good. No, you can't keep it going another 15 minutes. I want to go. I'm hungry. And I'm tired. And God, a weekend off. That sounds lovely. The weather's getting better. I want to be valeting. You don't see me valeting much. And I've never been so much on the outside. I've always just been, wash it with a sponge and rinse it. I'm getting into it all now. I've got all of the stuff now. you know, I've got ceramic stuff and I've got wax, and I started using it last year, and I love the way it looks and I love the beading. But I've always been obsessional about interior valeting, and I want to get Boo done inside. I've started on Wetleg, and Wetleg's looking a load better, and I want to do Boo as well. So yeah. Oh, there. Anyway, I'm going to waffle on for another 15 minutes. I'm going to sod off. We'll watch you preparing your nosh. Not much preparation there. It's come from the restaurant. There is 2 portions of staff curry sauce there, so 1 portion will go in the freezer, probably for mustard at some point. I've got chicken, my own marinated chicken. Just that 1 piece there, that'll be enough. That'll be chopped up and going in there. A beautiful, fresh, on the vine tomato. Rice I brought from the restaurant. And naan from the restaurant. So, not much preparation there. Nice easy supper. Diddly do, diddly do. Right. Okay, say your good nights, darlings. Don't keep me talking. I'm going. I'm not going for another hour. I'm going. Honestly, I'm going. Listen, I'm going to play you out now. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, bollocks, wrong one. Thank you for all the 3K love. I don't believe it, of all the times for that to happen. Sodding internet. Darlings, thank you so much for everything, and thank you for tonight. Thank you for those that bunged a few quid. Thank you, Rose, also for the gifted channel membership. Just thank you to everybody for everything, and take care of yourselves. Have a fabulous Easter weekend, and I'll catch up with you on Monday night at 11 o'clock. Don't forget, whoever's doing live streams tomorrow, Simon, Mustard, whoever's doing them, watch them, enjoy them, love it. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, take care, and buttocks. Good night, darlings.